This stream contains fast flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Valorant News Network, your most trusted source for all things Valorant, live from Los Angeles. I'm Youngsoo Collins.
And I'm Mimi Wormkrantz. Today's show is brought to you by Boostios, America's saltiest breakfast cereal. Just one bowl will give you the boost you need to overcome second-place curses. Warning, Boostios may cause delusions, high-pitched screams, and cringe.
A massive thank you to our sponsor, Boostios. They're our top story of the day. Fnatic's Mini was photographed smiling yesterday afternoon. He has since issued a statement saying, "I take full responsibility for my actions and I can reassure everyone that this will never happen again."
A great reply. In further efforts to solidify his role as the new villain of the VCT, Evil Genius's Demon 1 has been parking his Trans Am outside of the Kiev Forum and glaring at teams as they arrive. He's also announced plans to shut down the neighborhood rec center that is popular with local teens. He says that he plans to turn it into a golf course.
I love golf. Right, Tropical Storm Hillary hit Southern California during the lower bracket matches at the Shrine Expo Hall on Sunday. And for more on the weather here at the forum, let's send it over to VCT meteorologist Seth Sprinkle for a special report.
Yeah, Mimi, it's LA. It's really sunny. I don't have sunglasses. I can't see a damn thing. Back to you guys.
Excellent. In-depth reporting per usual, Seth. PaperX's Something has revealed that he's disappointed with his in-game name not tripping up the casters as much as he would have hoped. Following Champions, he's considering changing his name to either The Spike or HFMI0DZ JC9Z7.
Fantastic choice. In science and technology, Loud have discovered a revolutionary new lumbar treatment by lying on their backs. It's rumored that they've also been working on a new product called the back-to-back, although consumers are a little skeptical after they botched the comeback.
In other news, with the explosive growth of the Chinese Valorant community and the steady improvements of Chinese teams in each VCT tournament, it has been decided that Edward Gaming are the winners of Champions 2024. Congratulations on the hard-fought victory.
Gongxi, gongxi to Edward. Well played. For the Valorant News Network, I'm Youngsoo Collins.
And I'm still Mimi Wormkrantz. Thanks for watching.
We're down to the Final Four, and the biggest stage in Valorant just got an upgrade. Hello and welcome to VALORANT Champions Los Angeles, coming at you live from the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. I'm Golden Boy here on the desk, and with me you got Sideshow Doug, and still, I believe, Mimi Wormkrantz.
I am still Mimi Wormkrantz.
Wonderful. I'm so glad we got that through. Guys, we're here in the Forum. Look at us.
Dude, this is such a historic venue. It's so cool to think about where Valorant is at this point. To be in this arena is just mad.
I think it's going to apply extra pressure to the players as well. We've seen some of these players get a little nervous even when they're on the stage performing, in a crowd where it's a couple hundred up to 1,000, and then this really turns the pressure even further.
Yeah, and those players were walking through the hallway with the names of every band, every famous person that's ever performed at this venue on the wall, and I'm sure they're just walking past and just thinking like, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe VALORANT Champions is on that same list.
This is a historic venue, and it is incredible that we are here being able to share something that we all love with you guys today. But that being said, though, let's talk about what we have coming up, because we have a few great matches for you. And oh boy, is this going to be a banger. We got PaperX taking on Evil Geniuses, and then after that, it's going to be a a lock-in rematch. Apologies. It will be Loud facing off against Fnatic, and of course, the winner will go on to the grand final, or you know what I mean. Basically, winner moves on, loser stays home. Guys, I'm excited. It's the Forum. This is an incredible occasion, though, and of course, we have Loud, our reigning champions here. We're looking forward to seeing what they could do and whether or not they have what it takes to pull off that back-to-back. But, they've made it this far. Let's actually go ahead and listen in on their comms from a round against Edward Gaming in this Sony InZone open mic.
Não vem nada fundo.
Tô estrefando a esquerda só, tá?
Só sair de dentro do banheiro.
Ficar à esquerda. Tira.
Fundo é meu, guys. Tem 2 smoke só. Um fundo
Muito bem,
marcado.
ali 120 ali.
Caralho. Tem um fundo aqui, tá perto mesmo.
Deixa eu dar, será que eu tenho ult?
我开帘子，我们一会儿杀了人，我拍左边了，我封烟了。好，后点烟，兄弟们。
乌拉没有？
来拉开的。他在黑雾门，他在黑雾门。我想下方脱包了，可以。我下方往上脱包了。
包点后都没有，包点后都没有。哎，炸弹妹到了，炸弹妹到了。
Verde. Pode ter comentado. Verde 1. Tá, cravei direita.
Fez uma casa
Pode comer lá, gente.
中后门的死了。
两个点后，你可以躲一下。二度上一个2点后。
Tá, vem comigo esse.
Abre a esquerda junto com a mala, estão sozinha. 3, 2, 1, abre.
Vou fazer metade,
Vou olhar costas, tá?
Não, vem por você, Elias.
有点了。
Deixa. Boa. Boa bound. Boa. Banda S.
Mano, deu um single no cara do meio, velho. Nossa, amassou ele, Dudu.
An excellent listening there, obviously, with Loud, who are here today, and they're, well, on a mission to be able to prove themselves that they can pull off back-to-back World Championships. But ahead of today's matches, we actually gathered some of the biggest brains together for an IGL roundtable. Here's Sadak, Divide, Boaster, and Boostio. Listen in, and maybe you'll learn something.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. I personally, I would say that one of my favorite things about the game is watching how IGLs work and getting to listen to comms and see mid-rounding and see some of the decision-making that happens on the front end of things. What are you guys giggling already?
Just smiling at me.
This guy is spitting straight lies. We all love the duelists. 5-man
No. And honestly, that's what a lot of people love, but this part of the game is honestly my favorite. So it is a genuine pleasure to get to just chat with you guys for a little bit, pick your brains on IGLing philosophy, leadership philosophy, and really anything else that kind of comes up in conversation. So, Boaster, I want to start with you. What would you say makes a good IGL?
Empathy, I think. So, like, being able to read your teammates' emotions and try to put yourself, put them first before you. So, like, just try and make them feel comfortable because they're going to be the ones to carry you. So yeah, that, and then obviously strategy.
Yeah.
I always work ethic. There's a few, to be fair.
Yeah. I definitely think empathy too, because when you have teammates like Durka or Demon One, Aspas, something, it is a lot about, them dropping 25 kills and making sure they're in the right mindset and putting them in positions, at least for like with me and Demon One and Jaw, putting them in the right positions to get those kills. And even if I have to take a worse fight or hold a worse part of the map, I will call for that reason so that they can get better duels than I can.
How do you guys, or how much value do you place in thinking about like the leadership aspect of managing your team and reading emotions and setting your players up? How much of that takes up your thought as compared to the actual, just the strategic side of the game itself?
I would say for me at least it's a huge part, because I have like this really young talent that they really just need to have fun and not feel the pressure that much in a way. So for me it's a huge part to make sure that they're having fun, they're enjoying themselves, because if I go too much strategic, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I just want to play the game. So yeah, for me it's that important.
I mean, I think it's the same for us. I think like having something to the team. I think you just kind of like want to roll, like just kind of want to play the game, like don't want to think too much, just kind of want to go in and get some kills, like some highlights, I think that's what like the star players kind of like mindset, So we gotta like, we as the supports player, like, kind of like have to make him shine,
Would you guys say the IGL role is generally underappreciated?
Not really.
No.
I think we get a lot.
I would say it's not understand fully in a way, right? Like I think people understand it's really important, but they don't understand what an IGL fully does, because I think most of the guys are gonna agree our job is inside the team and mostly outside the team, like things that we don't show to everyone outside, like they say empathy and all these kind of things in particular we don't get to show to people, and that's okay, that's our job in a way, but I think people don't understand that fully. right?
Would you guys agree with that?
100%.
You agree it's pretty
100%.
Because we do get a lot more recognition than like, you know, some of the other support players that are not like these star duelists, but at the same time, people don't really understand why we get that recognition. It's kind of like Cedric said.
Exactly.
Because we do so much that people will never see behind the scenes, which is fine, but it's definitely...
People inside know, right?
Yeah.
People inside know, so that's the important part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to the public, it's always about the star players, you know, like the duelists, like, it's not about the support stuff, but yeah, just like Sarat mentioned, like, insights they would know and stuff, but yeah.
What is it like when you're in a series, it's a close series, and you have all of this time that you've prepped, you've gone through everything with your coach and you know what have you, and you're calling in game when the lights are on, when the crowd's going nuts, and nothing is working. In the mind of a caller in an instance like that, your thoughts have to be the loudest thing. What's that like?
I think, I mean, I've been IGN for a while now, and for me, when that happens, it is what it is. You know, you prep. You did everything you could, and everything went downhill. It happens. There's nothing you can do. Just accept it and have fun. To be honest.
So let me ask you this specifically. Let's talk about lock-in finals.
Yeah.
On Icebox.
Yeah.
What was that like?
So when we lost, we were just happy to be in the finals. To be honest, like we just had 2 people replace on the team at that time. So we were like, oh my god, I can't believe we are here. We just lost an 11-3 comeback. That happens.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we were not mad. We were a little bit sad, of course.
Sure.
But like, they deserve it. We were the worst team at that time. So yeah, it happens. Like for me, it's kind of like the same thing. We tried everything we could to win, and in no moment we said like, okay, there's no way we can win. We were like keep trying and trying and trying, and just it wasn't working.
Yeah, I think in our series in Tokyo Finals, first map Lotus, you guys destroyed us. But the first 5 rounds, I died first, and we were playing well together, but you guys still just stopped every single one of my peaks, even though I was playing with Util. And that was like the first time in my career that I got like destroyed mentally.
Really?
I felt terrible about myself those first 5 rounds, but my teammates could tell in my voice that I wasn't talking and giving like the hype that I normally do. So then they just told me like, don't worry about it and just go next. And then we ended up making the series pretty close and I fixed it. But that was one time in my career there, it was like so bad.
If you're getting smashed on the first match, I think it's important to keep the mental at the right state for you to be able to play on the second map, you know, because like if you're, for example, we got wrecked by Fnatic like 12-0, right, on Lotus. But I mean, like, those kind of games can destroy your mental, right? But I think it's important to keep your mental state at the right position so that when you go to the next game, then you kind of like have kind of reset, you know?
Well, fellas, thank you. I appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys letting me pick your brain. Best of luck to you throughout the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, Doug, you gathered the 3 IGLs, and then you didn't think we'd notice you snuck Devi in there?
Listen, that was his choice. That was his decision. He said, I want to be in this conversation. Let me in. So I had to let the guy.
The other IGLs are talking about like all of the prep they do behind the scenes, and PaperX have talked about Forsaken being the person that like cooks the comps up and stuff. Devi's like sat there like, I
actually thought Devi's reactions to a lot of the questions were pretty fantastic. If anything, I was living through him.
Yeah.
That,
you know, it's funny how much we talk about how chaotic their playstyle can be. That was one of the things Devi talked about, because there are so many voices in around when things are chaotic that are trying to get input and trying to get involved that it can be really difficult. Devi was, I'm actually really glad he was there.
It is actually quite disingenuous that you didn't just get 4 of their players there to all answer questions.
That's true. If it was an ideal roundtable, it should have just been PaperX's roster.
Just the whole of PaperX, just all sharing one chair.
Oh, God. Well, excellent conversation. We learned a lot about our 3 IGLs and Devi. But of course, guys, we got 4 incredible teams left in this competition. And in today's MasterCard fan poll, we want to know, which team do you think is going to win it all? So is it going to be PaperX, EG, Loud, or Fnatic? When you see the QR code thing pop up, just go ahead and scan that, and then we'll go ahead and show the results. There it is, later on in the show. We nailed it. And of course, don't forget to use the hashtags VALORANT Champions as well as VCT, so we can feature your tweets and stuff on the broadcast or posts. Or
who wins that? Who wins that poll?
Oh, the winner of the poll.
The people.
Surely Fnatic wins the poll.
The people win.
I think
Fnatic, they're still in the lower bracket.
The poll, it's about the poll. It's all about social clout,
bro.
Josh.
Dude, Fnatic don't have that social clout. That's Loud's all all day long. That's Loud's all day long.
Actually, Loud might be, Loud might clear, actually,
But
on
if it's
second
being
thought.
posted in English, I feel like the Fnatic fans go crazy on Twitter.
You're looking into it too hard at this point. The time zones. Wilkinson, the time zones.
I mean, all it takes is just one guy to comment like just the Loud emoji. Just like anything green, and they're on that.
That's it.
Instantly. It's over.
It's in. All right, well, let's go ahead, though, and talk about some of the matchups we're going to be seeing here today, because at Masters Tokyo, PaperX did not have something on the roster, but he is here now and is going to be facing off against Demon 1. And Mimi, this is setting up, I'm going to you because I know you love these duelist clashes. It's setting up a war between these two, and I have no idea where things are going to land because they're both so talented.
It's interesting, the comparison between these two players, because for Demon 1, right, he was at Tokyo, but I think he disappointed a lot of people. He was this ultra superstar in Americas, who in a lot of ways was the guy who stepped up and helped them make the run to make it to Tokyo in the first place. He wasn't as great at that tournament, but now showing up to Champions, it has been that Demon 1 that was exceptional in Americas. He's been great on the jet. He's also been flexing around other roles and playing just as well.
He's the best controller in the tournament now.
He's played a third of his time on controller, and he's the highest rated player in the tournament.
He's actually insane.
That's unbelievable.
And it's not just Omen, it's like he's locking in the Astra and stuff too, which is so hard to frag on. And on the other hand, it's Something's first tournament, and he is playing that full-time duelist role that people would expect from this guy. And I think it's been kind of back and forth, where we've seen moments where Something is that great player that push PaperX over the line in Pacific, and there also has been moments where he's struggled a little bit. There's a lot of pressure on this guy for Champs to be his first tournament ever globally.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see how these two players, their trajectory has gone. The beginning of this tournament for Something honestly felt a little bit like how Demon 1 looked at Tokyo. And we thought, is he going to arrive?
Honestly, I feel like at the beginning of every match, I feel like first quarter Something is not hitting. Like the nerves, he's talked about it in the press conferences. He gets a bit nervous. This big stage is another big test.
Yeah, it most definitely is. And look, we can continue to talk about, you know, the matchups, the individual matchups as well, but we got to get into what we're going to be seeing here broadly with PaperX as well as EG. Now, the winner is going to be moving on to Saturday's grand final, which is important for both teams because here's the thing, neither has been able to walk away with an international trophy, but if you manage to get to that grand final from this pathway, you have a pivotal map ban advantage. Doug, we've seen how this has played out time and time before. It doesn't bode well for the person who's coming from the lower bracket. It will be an arduous climb for whoever's in that situation.
Yeah, and I think that's why you see so many teams throughout the year try to focus on having a 7-map pool. So that if you're caught in situations like this, you have some depth, because it is outrageously suffocating to know you're not going to be able to ban out your perma. You know they're going to target you with the second ban or get rid of something else that is really good for you, and you just find yourself down at the very beginning of the series. Going through this from the uppers is outrageously important.
I would agree. I think that both of these teams, though, have good map pools overall, and so it's not going to be as large of a disadvantage for one of the teams, but it's just a great position to be in, finding yourself in the grand final with a veto advantage. You deserve to be there.
Couldn't agree more.
I think especially if you end up playing against a Fnatic who's had a permaban the entire tournament, who's also
fraudulent perma, by the way. They're bringing out Pearl at some point. I've seen it in the team league.
They're going to have it.
I mean, they'll have to. If they make it to the finals either way, there's no way they're going to have that advantage.
They're going to do it today.
You think today? It's just Pearl time?
It's happening at some point.
This man is losing his mind. If he doesn't see Pearl, I don't know what's going to happen in this place. But, you know, what's also exciting about this, though, is that these two teams did meet one another at Masters Tokyo, the lower final. And what's wild to think is that PaperX nearly ended EG's incredible run, Doug, and it was with a substitute, CGRS, coming in. So it goes to show the firepower this team has.
Yeah, I mean, we can have so much of a discussion around how good are PaperX because they were able to get that far with the sub who was like a Gecko one trick, I think was initially the play leading into the tournament.
Well, but he was he's a streamer. He's a Gecko player.
And he did fine. He did fine, but you're right. For them to get as far as they did, okay, fine was strong. I get it. I apologize. Fine was strong.
I want to pitch you on something.
Yeah.
Well, it was fraudulently close.
You can't call everything fraudulent.
No. Okay. Let me explain.
The guy has his foil hat on. We haven't even started the matches, and you're already in conspiracy theory.
The maps where Evil Geniuses won were dominant. The maps where PaperX won with their sub were close. So even though the overall scoreline was 3-2, I think the idea that you just plug in something and you're so much better and you dominate that series, I think is faulty logic. I don't think you can just track 1-to-1 like that.
But also that's just been the way EG plays their games. In so many of their series, when they've dropped a map, it's always been super close, overtime affair, something slips away from them. And when they're winning maps, it's been so dominant. dominant. I mean, EG has had, honestly, probably a pretty easy run through this tournament thus far. They've only had one series where they dropped the map. They've been dominating everyone, and that's not to say the teams they've played are bad. It's just that they're at a level right now where I don't think they've been fully tested.
Yeah, sorry. Also, are you suggesting that taking out CGRS and putting in something is not a substantial upgrade?
Did I say that?
I mean, kind of. In that series, what you alluded to was, if that's what happens, it's not a massive, like, one-for-one upgrade.
I think actually maybe even more important than that is just getting rid of Fracture. I mean,
nice, really good way to skirt around that.
Politician over here.
That was very well handled, guys. Media trained.
Watch, I'm going to do this like a politician. Segue for more on PaperX. Let's go ahead and send it over to Achilleos, who's actually got a quick word with Coach Alex. Nailed it.
All right, hello, yes, I'm gonna grab Coach Alex. Of course, Alex, if you wouldn't mind joining me, I have a quick question. So EG have said that their biggest secret and why they're so successful is that they're having more fun than everybody else. You're the guy who sat back in the control room, you can hear all the comms for the players. Do you think that's true, or is PaperX gonna have more fun today?
I hope we have more fun. I think it's definitely true. Maybe it's a bit similar, I guess. Both teams quite happy-go-lucky, so if there's pressure, it's a bit tense. Makes it a bit difficult to play.
All right, happy-go-lucky. I think that's the best way to put it, but thank you very much, my friend. Good luck today.
One thing for certain is that fun will be had today, but when you look at the bracket and where we are right now, oh boy, a lot of people weren't having fun on the road to the top four. PaperX, EG, Fnatic, Loud. This is it. I mean, when you think about the entirety of the season, Sideshow coming down to this, you couldn't ask for four better teams to just represent the pool of talent that we have in this sport. And these clashes are going to be out of this world.
Yeah, they're going to be incredible. And if you want to focus in on the first match and the teams that we're seeing now, you're seeing the whimsy come out for sure in these big moments. But also think about the wider context, right? Both of these teams, they've been working for a while, but the rise recently from EG has been meteoric. It took PaperX a lot of different tournaments to get to this point and a roster move, and now EG are right up there at the exact same point within a couple of tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, EG, they qualified to their first global event this year at Lock-in. They went out so early in that tournament, and then it was immediately second place at Tokyo and a chance to guarantee second place at very least here again if they can win this matchup. For PaperX, they've had that opportunity to win a trophy before, all the way back at Copenhagen, but it has also been a grind for them to get here. It's definitely a shock to see these two teams, judging by how both of their seasons started in their respective international leagues, here in an upper final at Champions.
Well, I think you can make the same conversation for the lower side as well. I think most people had these four teams in the Final Four, but in this order, where you've got Loud and Fnatic who are going to have to cannibalize one another in order to make it out. I mean, that was a final or something like that, but for them to be where they are in the tournament is just mad.
You also have the whimsical upper bracket and the serious lower bracket.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's
entirely
the
different tone.
Yeah, it's so different.
Mean, speaking of fun, obviously, both of these teams, they constantly say it. We're out there, we're just having fun. We're enjoying ourselves, right? EG, right, I think is a great example of this. When you just look at a guy like Jogamo play, for example, he's out there just vibing, doing his thing.
You're talking about Jogamo. I'm talking about Calm. He's knifing people in the middle of rounds. He's deciding to die to a turret because, guys, it's going to be up to all the killjoy. It's at least ultimate orb. No, they're just silly, and that's part of the reason EG is so good, because they've managed, despite the added pressures of, for their first time ever here at Champions, not being an underdog, they're still out here having fun, being goofy in the server, which I think is really important to keep the energy that they had at Tokyo.
The silliest thing about Calm dying to that turret was apparently the team was telling him to die to the turret, and Calm's like, no, I'm not gonna die. And they're like, no, go, man, go die to the turret. Finally commits, and it's just a classic.
My man's thinking about his stats,
Yeah, and everyone's like, dude, do it for the memes.
He doesn't want to have that on the back end. I totally understand it. But for now, though, let's actually go ahead and send it back over to Achilleos, who has a quick word from EG's coach, Potter.
All right, I'm back here at the walk-ins. I'm going to go ahead and grab Coach Potter as well. Get a quick word in. Potter, thank you for joining me. Just last time you guys played against PaperX, it went the distance. That was back at Tokyo. You went all the way to 5 maps. That was when CGRS was in the roster. I'm curious, have you made the proper adjustments? Do you think you have a very solid read on this team now that they have something playing?
Yeah. I think PRX with Cigars, Cigars is an older player. He uses his brain a little bit more. With something, we're gonna turn off our brains a little bit. We're gonna turn off our brains and just fight. I think that's what something likes, so we're gonna bring it to him.
I think that's what the entire team likes, and I think that we are in for a very big clash. So thank you very much, Potter. Best of luck out there. Back to you guys.
They want to fight.
I love it. I love it.
That's bold, man.
Turn off your brains, though. This is the perfect matchup for some brainless jail Valorant. I'm so down. I'm so down. This is going to be incredible.
Dude, the kicker is EG's known for like anti-stratting, right? And being very prep heavy and thinking through what's going to be on the other side. For this to be how they approach this stage is amazing.
You guys are believing her lies. There's
You
no
think it's
way.
you think it's fraudulent?
In the words of Josh, it's fraudulent.
Potter would not lie to me,
She
and don't
would
you
lie to
dare
you.
suggest otherwise.
If this is what breaches your innocence, Josh, that you learn people can lie, then let this be the moment, because there is no shot. If you play into Paper X's style, that's how they get the better of you. This team thrives in the chaos. If you lean into that, I don't think EG will have a great chance of winning. If they lean into the counter-stratting, the preparation, the fantastic teamwork that has gotten them here, that made the miracle run in Tokyo happen, they're fine. You can have a little bit of fun, but only like a tiny bit.
Just
as
turn
a
off your
treat.
brain, man.
Yeah, you're thinking too
You
much.
think it too hard.
Think about how much more of villains they would be though, if they were able to take down Paper X in that style.
I mean, that would be ridiculous. It would just be the perfect completion of the arc, but...
And there you have it. Look at that. You see, but sometimes you just got to turn off your
we
brain.
can't- we can't just
That's what I've been
believe
doing my
Potter
whole
blindly.
life, guys. I've been turning off my brain every single time that camera turns on. Here, look, check this out. I'm going to read this. Ahead of today's matchup, Insu sat down with EG's Common Paper X as well as Mind Freak. And look at that. Couldn't even get that right. For a quick chat, let's go ahead and check it out. See? Easy.
I'm now joined by Com from EG and Mind Freak from Paper X. Welcome back, you guys. Now, it's been a pleasure to get to know both of you over the last few years, but I want to know what you guys think about each other. Okay, I'm going to stir the pot a little bit here. What do you think is each other's biggest weakness? If you had to pick a bit of a weakness in the other person's team?
Weakness is, I guess, like overheat.
You know about your own weaknesses. Yeah.
Just hold in man advantages, maybe you'll get a free one. That's true, I'm gonna lie.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
That's really fair.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like you got to give him a freebie now because like he's kind of confirmed a weakness of theirs. What about you guys?
Give me one. Weakness, Boosty overpeaking.
Boosty is off camera right now. Is that true? You agree with that one? All right, he said it's 100% true. All right, that's a fair weakness. I'm gonna go a little bit more personal with you two. Obviously, your in-game name, Mind Freak, Com. Do you guys want to take a guess as to why the other person have named themselves that? Like, what's the reference? What do you think?
I'll go with him because he plays Astro a lot as well. He's all up in the air, like mind freak, you know, going crazy on the stars and stuff. So that's my guess right now.
Like freaking your mind kind of
like
vibe? Yeah.
getting crazy in the mental, you know.
Is that correct? Like,
No.
Oh, where did it come from? Where did it come from?
So basically, when I was a kid, my dad used to watch a lot of Chris Angel,
Oh,
the magician.
of course.
So like every time like I was sitting on the PC, I heard like the song like every single time. So after that, like I play CS 1.6, then I just like put the name like Mind Freak. That's it.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. What about Com? Any guesses?
Something related to your name, maybe.
Oh,
Pretty close, yeah. Whenever I first got into gaming back in Counter-Strike, I took up the name, or my first name is Corbin, obviously, and I looked up all the synonyms to my first name, and Call Me Out was the first one that came out. I had Call Me Out for a little bit, and I was like, I'm gonna give credit to one of my past friends, but Flom, he had a 0 in his name, and it was like nice and short and look cool, so I just shortened my name to Calm with a 0.
It does look cool. It does look cool.
Yeah.
And very quickly, of course, you guys are going to be going up against each other in the rematch. Predictions, score lines. What do you think is going to happen?
I'll say 2-0, 13-4, 13-6.
Oh! You're going to take that, Aaron?
Come on, throw it back. Throw it back, come on now.
13 what? 13-4, 13-6? I would say 0-2 for him.
What? The buffering is crazy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Thank you very much, Aaron. Thank you very much, Con. We'll see if your predictions will come true.
That was awesome as always, but here's your MasterCard fan poll. Look at that, Fnatic won.
What
you
a
guys
surprise.
are all wrong.
Guys, someone needed to tell the Loud fans.
You guys
no one
suck
informed
at
them.
predicting these things, and Doug is just judging.
Yeah, well, okay, the Fnatic, they've got one of the toughest routes to be able to make it through anyway. Plus,
what you
again,
were just talking about turning off your brain.
You're thinking about this too much. You're using too much of the brain.
Too much brain. All right, speaking of too much brain, real quick, one word, who's winning?
Fnatic.
Fnatic. Well, no, who's winning today? This match?
Oh, EG.
EG.
Paper.
Paper.
Oh yeah, that was one word. Oh,
3 letters, actually 5.
Oh, no.
USA and EG.
Wow, look at this. All right, guys, well, here we go. We started with 16 teams, and we're now down to the final 4. Anything can happen. PaperX versus EG, Fnatic versus Loud. Day 14 of VALORANT Champions starts right now.
Está sendo muito lindo para nós isso. Eu não achei que ia chegar no top 4 tão rápido na minha carreira novamente.
We had really tough games, but everyone's on the same boat. I think definitely we'll come out stronger from this.
I have a lot of emotions, a lot of motivation. I want to be remembered.
I knew what my skills were back then when I was unknown. I just wanted to prove myself. And here I am proving myself again and again.
All 15, check mics on 15, ready 13. Let's make sure the stage is ready and players are lined up.
Well, this is it, guys. We're here at the Kia Forum. History is about to be made.
The year started with both of these teams in the finals of Lock-In. It was heartbreak for Loud.
They already managed to get their revenge on Fnatic at Champions. The score is 1-1 tied.
There's pressure on them. 2 trophies, 1 in a row.
But if you don't win Champions,
what's your legacy?
The highest placement we got at Champions.
Yeah, it's true.
We're breaking records.
And now it's going to be like a really deciding match. Who's better team?
Eu acho que eu me identifico muito com o Bossa. Ele se entrega muito pro time dele. Ele quer sempre o melhor pro time.
They played really well, and it's like now I hope for a good rematch.
Eu acho que Derek vai vir com sangue no olho para jogar contra as pinhas.
This could be the greatest VALORANT rivalry we have ever had.
We want to learn from each other, and no matter what happens, we just like respect each other.
Hey, Baz.
Hey, you guys go win this tournament, okay?
We'll try.
Raspas, Kawan, Tuis, Les y eu. Vamos a estar ahí sem medo. De líder a líder vamos nos divertir.
Loud. One more.
I knew we were gonna be here. No doubt in my mind ever. I'm super excited to rematch PaperX.
last time, PaperX, they managed to take EG all the way, go the distance to the last map with a stand-in.
I want to like get revenge to EG because they beat us on Tokyo.
Their playstyle was kind of similar to ours. They swing, we swing. They do like random stuff, we do random stuff. This time, I can't wait to play something.
Something is still above Demon 1. I think they being really arrogant and I really don't like it.
Yeah, I fucked every single person I've ever played against. I'm not stopping. So just enjoy watching me destroy your favorite teams and cry about it on Twitter.
Practice always try to like having fun as much as we can. If we laugh, I think we will win the game.
We'll see how it goes in the server.
With both teams making it through upper bracket as 1 seeds, this is going to be our last and final coin flip of the event. So again, alphabetical order according to team name. So EG will be heads and PRX will be tails. And I will go ahead and give this a flip. Oh. That is tails.
You were right. This test run.
So, PRX, you will choose Team A or Team B?
Team B.
Team B. So, EG, you will be Team A.
All right. We will ban split.
Okay. And your ban?
Fracture.
And map number 1. Sorry, what was your ban?
Fracture.
Fracture. Okay.
We will pick Ascent.
Ascent and a side on Ascent.
Attack.
Attack. And then map number 2?
Bind.
Bind, side on bind.
Pick defense.
Defense. And then next set of bans starting with EG, you have Haven, Lotus, and Pearl.
Okay, we'll take out Lotus.
Lotus, okay. And your ban, you have Haven and Pearl.
Pick Ben Haven.
Ben Haven. So map number 3 will be Pearl, EG, side on Pearl.
Defense.
Defense. Okay, let's run back through this. First set of bans, we have EG with split, PRX with fracture. Map number 1 is Ascent with PRX on attack. Map number 2 is bind with EG on defense. Next set of bans are Lotus and Haven. Map number 3 decider is Pearl with EG on defense. Cool. All right, good luck to you both.
That was good.
Geniuses. PaperX.
It's a rematch from Masters Tokyo, but this time a shot at glory is on the line and a trip to the grand final awaits. We're about to witness a war in Inglewood.
Neither of these teams has ever lifted a global trophy. Both have had an opportunity, ended in second place. But for both these squads, this is the match that could win you champions. If you get to the grand finals, get that veto advantage. It's just one step away.
You're talking about map veto advantage. I'm thinking about the map pool that they've got. I mean, with Pearl being the final, we might see Yoru versus Phoenix on that map. It could be unreal. We might have Reynas on all 3 of the maps. Who knows?
Which is just insane. I mean, just the fact that we're starting on Ascent and PaperX's crazy comp they normally run on this, the Harbor Reyna that has come out, it's just, it's mad. I have no idea if they're going to run it. I certainly hope they do, but yeah, it's the biggest stage.
Demon One said that he feels that EG and PaperX have a similar play style, and a lot of the times I disagree with that. But in this map pool, I think we get to see both of these teams' most creative comps. We start on Ascent, we get to see that Reyna Harbor Sky composition that only really PaperX is running, and as we get deeper, we get the Yoru for EG. I think it's truly a showcase of both of the unique ideas that these teams have cooked up.
Yeah, I mean, wild compositions to have in your upper bracket finals, I'm going to be paying particular attention, I think, to that Something Demon 1 matchup as we head into Ascent. And I think that one of the areas is Something has been nervous. He's talked in press conferences about literally shaking when he gets up on the stage and needing, you know, a full half or like at least 6 rounds to really settle himself down.
How awful it will be to be the guy who's the ace for the team, the one who's supposed to be the pop-off king, and then you come here at the Kia Forum, and Doug, you fall flat.
I think there are a few things to consider here, though. Number one, I think PaperX's roster is built in a way to where Something doesn't have to be that every single time.
Very true.
Right? And then number two, you were talking about how he seems like he's nervous and a little slow, whatever. I think he's warmed up throughout the tournament in a tremendous way. So yeah, maybe a little bit more of that towards the beginning, but I think this is something that we've been expecting.
But it's still a new venue, a bigger crowd, added pressures. Now that you're into this top 4, you watched your team get here before without you. This is your chance to win a trophy with PaperX, to push into that grand finals. So the pressure is definitely on. But I think both these teams' approaches to the game help them to dissipate that. They both talked so much about having fun, being relaxed, channeling that energy that they had shown earlier in the tournament into these later stages.
I mean, remember as well that the Phoenix Pearl kind of situation for PaperX has worked incredibly well over the course of Champions. I think EG's best chance of being able to win here and go through to the grand finals again is by winning 2-0. Is by cleanly winning on Ascent and then finding a way to deal with the chaos that's coming at you at PaperX's bind. And I think maps 2 and 3 are going to be really difficult for EG, which means first map is a must-win for Evil Geniuses. If they can't win here on Ascent, if PaperX end up coming hot out the gates and they're overpowering, it's just going to be a clean road to the finals, I think.
And even that is going to be difficult. They played the default comp here on Ascent. PaperX, they have this unique composition, which no one else really plays. So it will be tough to have gotten legitimate practice against this Harbor Reyna, which they are locking in the Prime Gaming Agent select.
It's kind of similar comp to what they're going to do on Bind as well, where they run the Raise Reyna there too. So PaperX are just getting warmed up for map 2 already, even if they lose.
It's just such a... You don't prep against a comp like this, right? You don't get regular reps against something like this if you're EG.
Or have the EG reserve roster been running Raise Reyna Harbor the whole time? Obviously,
the tinfoil hats, people.
Dude, of course, I mean, every other team, you can't tell your opponents what to run, but EG are like the only team that actually have a full reserve roster that plays, you know, in styles like the teams that they're going to be playing against. I'm telling you, BCJ's been running it down on the Reyna.
That's a deep cut.
They're going to be ready for it at that point, it would seem. But EG, even though they play the default comp, this map has been their playground. They have a lot of specific trap plays that they've innovated here, setting up off of their ultimates, just like they do on Fracture. Just because it's the basic comp doesn't mean EG's going to have a basic style.
Well, the agents are all locked in, and we're ready to kick off our first match here at the Kia Forum. So, come on, guys, make some noise as we get hyped for this first matchup as we send it over to Achilles and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, GP. Yes, it is an honor to be here for this upper final between PaperX and EG. I'm Achilles here with Paper Thin, and we'll be guiding you through what could very well be some chaotic action. Given what we were hearing from Potter coming into this, they said we're going to turn the brains off, we're going to dive into this, and we are just going to fight.
And I love the way that she's talking about it, because it's so important to be ready for this against PaperX, because what makes them so good is their W King, folks. They are so confident, so spectacular in the heat of the moment with their opening shots. And here on the pistol, as we get ready for Ascent, our first map, I can already see that PaperX has set up the same toxic screen where they push bench, but it looks like an A hit here, full on for PaperX on their attack side.
Jing with a quick swing, gets himself all the way down. The cat now Drake pushing forward. Paint shells at the ready, right as the wall drops. Something going to be finding that first blood. Now Jing going to be doubling up. Juggernaut going to be taken down. Already, site being occupied, Plant coming in, a very swift hit right off the rip here as Jing gets some timing, gets himself swung up around the corner, catches come off guard, Forsaken on the pinch. Jing now with a 3K to kick things off. Fuzio will drag one back, sheriff in hand, has to be respected, but Something will find the headshot, and PaperX will get themselves on the board with the first pistol round.
And this is going to be one of the keys to the game here for PaperX, is getting ahead of those utility combos of EG, and also throwing some different looks. So at the beginning of this round, it's a very similar look in terms of utility for PaperX, where they throw a toxic screen across mid to their last pistol, I should say, that they played, and they went into bench. This time, it is just a straight rush, and they are going to be pushing space today. They want to make sure that all of those brilliant combos that EG can set up, particularly even in Calm, are going to be neutralized by getting into their back lines and shutting them down.
All right, wall up, looking like the push is going to be coming through this time rather quickly over on towards B. Turret going to be cleared out. And the site is going to be taken, so it's going to have to be a full five-man retake here on this B site as the spike gets planted in the default corner. Mindfreak looking to push forward. Gets a couple shots across. Busio going to be taken down. Finds that first kill. Swing in, off the back. Forsaken manages to gun down too. Calm, dead over an alley. And suddenly it's all on Jogamo to see if he can do anything to stop this from being a flawless, but he is going to get pinched. He is going to get taken down. And this time, Paper Rex, they're not going to be dropping the anti-eco. They do clean it up 2-0 to begin.
And already what I'm seeing here from Paper Rex is super encouraging, not just because they won that round flawless, but because they're reacting really well. There's a 0 point that hits the back wall from B. Immediately, the Cove comes down from Forsaken to protect the B main door. It's kind of a fallback point because they're expecting pressure on that flank. They're able to deal with it very, very nicely. So already, it seems like Paper Rex, not only are they kind of on that W key gaming mode where they're just pushing space, but they're also using their utility, reacting really well to what they're seeing from EG. Now, this time around, the fast hit onto A is going to be shut down. Just something detected with that knife. And he's going to try to take a little bit of space. Of course, he will grab those rifles off the rip. Divide sitting with that Phantom as well. Already Jing so close to the showstopper.
I mean, he's too away from it, but yeah, got the spot there. TP up in towards Heaven. The wall helps escort them forward. A 1-for-1 exchange there. The Flash is going to be down on either side, with Ethan taken out in their full rotation. Now makes its way over here towards A for the side of EG. Mindfreak going to play a little bit ratty, gets himself tucked into the corner, but it seems like Bustio pretty well aware of this, but still needs to face over towards door, and he's going to be good for 2. Finds Forsaken, finds Jing, swing onto the corner, Juggle can't quite line it up as Mindfreak gets himself 2 eliminations, but now suddenly into a 1v1, sees the legs for a second, a tap onto the spike and something. Looks to play this out a bit more patiently. The swing coming through, he gets the headshot in! And it's a bloody brawl, but Demon 1 will be the last man standing to get EG the first round victory here in the bonus.
We get our first glimpse of the Demon 1 versus something matchup, and this round is going to go to Demon 1. And a huge win for him and EG to stabilize, to not fork over the bonus to Paper Rex. Really good stabilization. Good push here from Mindfreak to help back up, and a really clean shot with that Bulldog. But Demon 1, you cannot give him space. You cannot wide swing him like that, because he will beat you every time, as we just saw. He took down 2 of Paper Rex's best there. Really nicely handled, but a lot of damage done to EG in that round.
We'll see what the buy looks like. I mean, the Odin was recovered. They carry that one over here into this round. Right back into his hands. But you can see they're very well aware of this, and they don't want to play around that Odin too much. So continue to just poke and prod over towards this A site, see if they can continue to find these openings. As Forsaken is just going to be going for some counter spam.
She's got a couple ults here now. The biggest one, the showstopper for Jing. And looks to me like they're getting ready to try to clear some space. Jogamo not going to be spotted by that Trailblazer.
Yep, showstopper comes in. It's going to be good for 1, but now Jogamo makes his position known. Takes him out the leer over the top. He gets in front of it, but something still comes away with the kill. Up on top here at Heaven. Demon 1 taking a couple pot shots. I'll find the connection that he's looking for. I believe the bite goes up to Heaven as well to cut off that line of sight. Door now have to be broken down. So, Recon darts on point. Finds the vibe for 1. Interrupts the plant and clutches him right into Calm. What a perfect setup here. Just completely shuts it down all on his lungs. And now Busio making his way up onto the site. Finds 1, but then Mindfreak answers back. Now it's Calm. Odin in hand, can swap out for the Vandal, grabs this one. Spike planted by something here on the site. Mindfreak tucked away, changing his position, trying to become unreadable as something looks to face in, and he gets taken out. The kill found, the recon gonna have to be cleared. The swing just comes in, and Mindfreak just plays off the timing. Takes him out. Once again, 1 man left standing. Paper Rex will now move up to 3.
I mean, it's a brilliant round here from Calm, doing everything he can to try to swing this into EG's favor. But who needs to clear that recon dart when you can just step in front of it and get the kill? Really nicely handled in the heat of the moment there by Mindfreak. 1 away from his Viper's Pit as well. Forsaken 1 away from the Reckoning. And I really like what I'm seeing here from Forsaken in particular with these coves. He's using them reactively to help either set up their entries or block a flank, kind of give them a little bit of extra protection from the spams through those smokes, right? He's setting up first and foremost the high tide, and then behind that he's got a cove to make sure that he's covering his team's entry. Even though EG does a really good job here of kind of disrupting the plant, especially Calm. Again, those shock darts were beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, flush Divide right into his welcoming arms, just sending those darts, gets the position, knows that somebody's gonna be wrapping back Gen to try to get away from them. Ends up coming away with that kill. Massive from him. So a solid start from the side of Paper Rex, but despite everything being boom, 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 fast hits on all 4 of these rounds thus far, we're going to have to grind to a little bit of a halt here as we wait for this tech pause to get cleared up, which it should be pretty quick.
Yeah, no doubt. Hopefully we can get this going very quickly. And yeah, I mean, here so far, kind of what I expected from Paper Rex. I mean, aggression. A hit, after A hit for the most part, and really just kind of pushing the limits of how EG can react quickly enough with kind of some of their patented combos. And so far, those haven't been much of a factor. It's had to be kind of hero plays individually for EG to really get them over the line in a lot of these rounds. Meanwhile, Paper Rex, they just do what they do. I mean, this is, quintessential Paper Rex in some ways. Of course, it always looks a little bit different. Earlier in the tournament, I likened it to a jazz band because it's improv. It's always kind of a little bit different every time you see them.
Well, this has definitely been a very different look with the pace that they've been setting here, but I mean, that's the thing, this conditioning. Keep hitting them fast, and then suddenly when you pull out a slow round, that can catch them off guard. So we'll have to see how they do fare here. It seems like Calm just looking to work through whatever issues he's having on stage there with his gear, and then we can get underway once again. Any more information, of course, we'll pass it on. But already, I mean, it has been breakneck pace, and this is what we wanted. I wasn't sure, is Potter just saying this, that they're just going to turn their brains off, take these fights and whatnot for the sake of saying it, or are we actually going to get that down and dirty action? So far, it's been delivering on it. So I can't wait to get back into this one. I mean, for the forum, you guys, have you been having fun so far? It's not been much action yet, but I hope you've been enjoying what we have seen. That's a good sign. That's what we like to hear.
Those wristbands are sick, by the way. Those are incredible.
Yeah, everybody was synchronized with wristbands. For those watching at home wondering what's going on, synchronized with the game itself. So you'll see it line up as the spike sticking down. As
I dare you to cast around just watching from the crowd, like watching their wristbands.
Trying to figure out what's happening just by wristband only.
Exactly.
That's a new genre of casting I don't think I am prepared for. So unfortunately, I think we'll have to put that one to the side, and maybe we can reassess that later on once the light wrist technology has gotten a little bit more advanced.
We get some holograms projecting off of them. That would be pretty sick. All right, well, I think we're getting pretty close, I believe. I can see.
The countdown is coming through. Looks like we are ready to resume. Are you guys ready to get back into the action?
Yeah.
Well, then that's exactly what we shall do. 8 seconds till the barriers drop, and you can see not much here in the kit for the side of EG. A lockdown available. Another Sheriff going to be picked up here from Bustio.
Well, now they're going to try to contest this A main push that Paper X has been doing over and over. They're going to use a one-way to sneak Bustio over in the corner. One of the things, or excuse me, Giacomo, one of the really impressive things I think about Giacomo on this map is he's really tricky with his TPs sometimes. He fakes them, he doesn't, and he kind of gets into your head. Watching their previous match, he's doing a great job with that, but Poison Cloud going to back him up just a little bit. Let's see if Paper X commits.
It's a triple stack on this side for the first time pretty much. It's okay, spotting one, Demon one, just tucking away back into health. Nade to try to flush him out, gets a good chunk of damage across, puts him down to half as the Cove comes up, the Leer over top of it. Fragment to try to slow the advance, something already in here for Full Flash committing. And just to catch him, but still going to be Divide coming away with the kill as Demon one gets taken out. Now Ethan Giacomo, all following the plant, going to be coming through. Calm with that Frenzy in hand, able to find one. Bustio trying to get the timing to get the headshot across. Can't make it happen. It's not going to be a flawless, but it is going to be still very clean here for the side of Paper X, now 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, everybody just kind of doing their jobs. It's pretty good utility usage here from EG, but there's so many smokes and so much protection here. Again, that Cove right outside of the A main door on the way to the site is giving Paper X a lot of ability to kind of work in and out of it, to check angles, to check spots a little bit safer. And I really like the way that they've come in with this plan to attack the A site. And it's really giving EG some fits. Yeah, you could see that something got pretty flashed up, but nobody was really able to track him down. Jing immediately blast packing up in heaven to cover that. So, and it's just the same thing here. Again, it's just A over and over. Oh, Calm got the spot.
There's a tag. Can he get him? Yes, he does. He lines it up for the double kill. Calm shuts down the pace. Door going to be shut. All three members from Paper X now corralled, stuck within the site. They're looking for Giacomo, but he says, no, I have found you. Takes out two, Calm gets a third. And whatever play here from the side of EG to finally get themselves a second round win. Calm, again, continuing to deliver with these Sova ults.
This is almost the exact same thing that we saw against EDG. Almost the exact same play. And this is a point of concern sometimes for Paper X, where sometimes their utility tracking is good, sometimes it's not. And every once in a while, Paper X's protocols break down where they don't clear a recon dart that they need to, or they don't quite think about the situation as well as they need to. So And this is going to be one of those moments, you know, Calm here just dialing up the exact same play, and this time he finds 2 even out of it.
I mean, they continue to just look to hit this A site. Wall up again. Devi 1 off from having those Seekers online. Be the one to take the orb. Just a tap onto it. Something, though. Ready for the shutdown. Just walking forward. Jogamo looks to punish. Goes for the dismiss. Takes his way back out to safety. Nade into the back. As the catch comes in, Ethan going to be slowed up. Now Demon 1 going to be taken out. Forsaken able to find that kill. Punish onto something. Still entry power here. Available from Jing as Mind Freak tries to creep his way in through tree, and somehow he takes out Bustio, who's holding the angle. Jing blast backing forward. Has covering fire from Devi. They take out Ethan. Now it is just Calm standing. A little bit of a slower approach here, but still explosive when they go for the side exec. They get themselves in. Calm just going to be grabbing that orb. The only consolation that he can find here in this round is he is just going to have to let this spike detonate and hold on to that gun. Maybe some exits that he can find as he swings around over towards this attacker spawn, but we'll have to just wait and see.
And this is just such an unfortunate timing here for Jogamo. Not only does he die, but he gives the kill over to something, who's then able to dismiss, get information on what's going around on the front corners, right around the angles.
Mind Freak.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty snappy.
Okay.
Finds that kill. Looks like now the call is going to be to back away. Given the rest of the team's economy, I think he could have actually maybe tried to go for some kind of play. But just only finding one player is certainly not enough to try to get himself back over to get that defuse across. So it will just detonate. Paper X kind of on the hunt, swinging around to see if he comes back over towards the B site. He does not. He stays put.
Yeah. Calm should be relatively safe in this position. But going back to what I'm talking about, it's the way that they're staggering their utility here. They dismiss in, they get some info. It's the Cove right on the other side, again, to kind of use as that beachhead to get into the A site, the Lear to clear the front part of the site. Yeah, Dice is safe for a while for Ethan, but by that point, the rest of his team is cut down, and there's nothing he can do. He's just stuck there. So right now, Paper Rex is just on one. And, you know, you think back to the last time that Paper Rex played this match, their attacker side didn't go so great. It was a 4-8.
Sure.
It was their defender side where they put, you know, huge numbers up, especially something coming online on that Radon. He's already online. You know, the desk was talking about that sometimes he does get off to slow starts. We saw this in the VCT Pacific Grand Finals. We saw it earlier in this event. But now he seems to be very comfortable. This is one of the hottest starts we've seen from him on a big stage.
Yeah. And I think that one of the biggest things to kind of go back over was something that Sideshow was talking about on the desk is this is a completely different beast. Being in this arena in front of a crowd like this, especially when you're EG, and this is widely the home crowd, that adds so much more pressure to you. It seems like Paper X right now, they're vibing with it. EG, they're trying to get into the groove, and that's why we see this timeout here from Potter to try to get in there, break that tenseness that they're experiencing at the moment here. Get rid of some of that hesitation and make them feel a bit more comfortable. We'll see if it works as we get ready to go into this next buy round.
I'd like to see potentially some mollies at the entrances to either A or B. Try to get a better read or a little bit faster on which direction Paper X is pushing. Use either the nano swarms or the fragment from Ethan to try to gum up the works. Buy a little bit of time. Buy some time for these rotations. Buy time for particularly like Calm to get into place and really kind of try to disrupt these retakes. That's the one time we've seen.
Is the tile scrunch?
Yeah, it looks like it could be.
Paranoia across. Demon 1's just going to be moving forward through mid, ready to swing onto the corner. Already, one going to be taken down, but Jing answering back, finds himself 2 kills, so it's just going to be a 2-for-2 exchange as Ethan also gets himself on the board. Secret pushing forward. Bustio revealed the lockdown. Now going to be committed here into the fray. The Lear forward, something he desperately wants to try to clear this one off, and now Demon 1 going to be taken down on short. Now they'll just make their exit. Pay respect here to this lockdown, backing away for now. A site not going to be attacked, but this does leave B completely open.
Yeah, and I like the proactive play here at the beginning of the round from EG, even though it doesn't go quite their way. I mean, Jing is just really feeling it along with all of Paper X, but still able to slow down this momentum, at least temporarily, give enough time for Bustio to get that lockdown in, but now he's the only one left here on A site, and no utility to speak of.
The dry swing in, something getting a bit of damage. Bustio going to be good for 1, finds the headshot. The dog chasing forward, however, does get that stun, but they don't have any gap close to try to get on top of him. Something again going to be spotted. They know that the Devi is also rotating up. Calm still trying to make his way over, but something eventually manages to win out the fight, bringing this now into a 2v1. A little bit of healing available on the back end of this plant here. Dart goes down. Something eliminated. Calm gets it into a 1v1. Devi makes his presence known, spraying up through hell into heaven, trying to take him out. The plant now going to be committed to. Calm swinging around in through tree. Does he get the timing? Flash in, it goes in behind, and he's got the headshot. As Calm will get the 1v2 clutch to go ahead and put up a third round victory here for the side of EG.
I mean, it's just a day that ends in Y with Com's utility being on point. Just absolutely brilliant shock darts again. He is so reliable, so consistent, and such a threat at the end of these rounds. It's perfectly placed. Divide, nothing he can really do about it. They opted to hide from the recon dart instead of trying to clear it. And that gives him the space that he needs. And then Divide just misjudging the timing on his guiding light. Just gets it a little bit too far ahead. And Com, two big rounds here for EG that he has won to keep them in this match so far.
And with Ethan getting that first kill, having that death in that round, he's got a crucial tool online, which is that null command, something that can very easily shut down some of these attacks from the side of PRX, but that's going to be Forsaken shutting down attacks from the side of Demon 1. It's Chugamo, where are you going, son? Goes back into the spawn, they're watching for it. They take him out, Com again, going to be the one standing his ground, finds Mind Freak. Is Bustio hearing the footsteps? Can he get the time before something makes it around the corner? He does, nails the headshot, brings us once again back into a winnable position, because Com is still standing.
This round is all over the place. Everybody's just trying to get into the deep back lines of Paper Rex. I love the attempt.
Cove up on the cross. Door going to be tapped here. Spike now
for
the plant, but the door's not shut yet. Com right, flush up against the wall. Takes up Forsaken, now suddenly into the 2v2, and the Hunter's Fury also online. If he gets a ping off this recon, could very well open up with it. He's just going to send it anyway. Gets a tag on to Divide. Bustio finding Jing. It's all on Divide to try to stand his ground. He finds one. The 1v1, the tap. He knows that he's going to be swinging forward, but Com jiggles the corner very wisely. Suspecting that it was going to be watched, that it was going to be faked. Shock dart to try to clear close. The other one bouncing up onto the side itself, and Com just backs away. Divide sending the flash, won't get any kind of confirmation. It's still 7 seconds until he has that next guiding light available. The swing around now into heaven. Divide, does he read this? He knows that Com is out of utility. Sends another one. Nothing found. Plant now coming through. He's looking to stick to it, but he's still completely unsure which direction it's gonna be. And it's Com once again. A triple kill, and now just one round separating the two. Com does not want to let this game get away from them.
This is an unbelievable performance so far from Com. He is just reading these situations so perfectly, dodging these guiding lights, maneuvering around the angles that Divide wants to take just perfectly, and then comes through and catches him. Divide has no idea that he went up to heaven, and Bustio is fired up and just letting him know it across the other side. And as great as this started for Paper Rex, Com has something to say about this match, and he is not going to go down quietly.
12-5-1.
Woo.
A beastly performance from him so far. After that, seems like Paper X finally looking to change up the playbook just a little bit, as something's going to be rushing forward with a judge in hand. Sunexec getting ready to start here on the B side, the Reckoning, to try to catch Com here at backside, sends out that shock dart, good damage cross, Divide down to 34, Bustio guns him out. Forsaken will also fall. A two-piece for him, the swing onto the corner, Com gets the transfer, holds it down to find Mind Freak, and now suddenly EG on for that Prime Gaming Flawless. It's just something left tucked into a corner, and he will be found. It's Com again with a triple kill. The Prime Gaming Flawless comes to fruition as we get tied up at 5-5.
Yeah, again, just brilliant work here by Com, staying alive to set up Bustio to knock a couple down. Bustio's gonna find the angle, and oh, what a transfer there as well. Absolutely nasty stuff, and then Com had a brilliant one of his own. Paper Rex, that's, I think, a big reason why you don't see them attacking this B site too much. The combo of Com and Bustio is absolutely fearsome.
That was intentional, right? Combo.
It was.
Okay.
Thank you for picking up on
I'll give you a little golf clap on that one. But now,
I did it.
Timeout going to be forced out of Paper X. Alex, not happy with what he has been seeing across these final few rounds because, yeah, I mean, Com has just been finding far too much value for his taste.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think as Paper Rex now might be a time to start working the middle of the map. You've been working the flanks a lot. You've been trying to use these really execute-heavy hits, you know, and now might be kind of one of those bench hits, one of those classic, you know, toxic screen, down through benches and short, try to push through, use those cascades to push towards spawn, and who knows? I mean, like their pistol round, the last time they played this map against Foot, they just ran to the pistol to the defender spawn, and kind of just threw Foot completely off guard. But I'm pretty curious to see exactly how Paper Rex wants it out of this up, because the money is a little bit funky as well. But you've got a lot of ults. You've got the Showstopper, you've got the Viper's Pit, you've got the Seekers. So a lot to play with here to kind of make this round go.
I mean, it's been a complete economic shift here. Our evil geniuses, they were the ones really struggling, but these rounds they've been able to get calm, clutching up, has allowed for a couple of the players to actually build up a bank, and it's just been whittled away at from the side of Paper Rex, because even when they were winning rounds, it was often quite bloody. But there you go, you can hear that Showstopper being drawn out. Jogamo tucked into the corner, tries to get in front with a shorty, is going to be good for one, but now the rocket comes across and Jogamo will fall. It's going to be a 2 for 1, but now even up as Calm swings on the corner, finds Jing into a 3v3. The pit available, doesn't get committed here. Looks like it will, but Dart connects onto him, so Mind Freak needs to be careful in this position. Recon as well, at the ready, waiting for the timing. Gets sent, something swings out, takes the quick dismiss over towards short. Spike gets planted, but now the lockdown is in. They either try to push forward, clear this out, or they have to respect it. Either way, it's going to be a bloody battle forward as Ethan looks to hold the line, but he can't quite steady the aim for the second. Something with a third. We'll get them across the line here in this round. Now 6 locked in as we get ready to go into the last round of the half.
I love the confidence Jing has here to push tree. It gives him 2 options. He can either clear the player that's at short A, or he can clear Jogamo, which is what he ends up doing. Jogamo's been holding that right-hand corner, right outside of the A main door, quite often. And even with that cove there, even though Jogamo steps in there, uses that shorty to get a kill, the Rocket's still gonna be good to find the angle into there. They can ping him out and get the job done and open up the site a little bit for themselves. And then, of course, a great reaction for Paper Rex. Just lockdown in play. And now the op for Demon 1. Oh, they spotted Jing behind that wall.
Last round of the half, and he's finally bringing this operator into play. Haven't seen it at all from him. Now the drone going to be chasing forward as well. There's a little bit of covering fire and a nice bite coming across as Devi is going to be setting that guiding light. Gets a full flash with a timing shot from Demon 1. He still catches Forsaken. And that is such a crucial pick. So much of the obfuscation now taken away from the side of Paper Rex.
Just brilliant from Demon 1. The timing, pixel perfect there. Even though he gets caught by that flash, he has the confidence to stand in. Unbelievable.
A very unreal shot for him, and giving them a very good chance of being able to end this half at 6-6.
It's messy, a lot of counter flashes.
Calm trying to get the timing around, but Jing finding one and somehow steadies the spray to be able to take out Ethan as well. Devi traded out, but now Boostio falling. Demon 1 at 32 HP and Jogamo left standing to try to drag this round back into their favor. They've done it before. Low HP bars here onto Jing. Obviously with Devi gone, they don't have that healing available. Door just going to be broken down. TP back. Jogamo going for a bit of a fake. Wants to go ahead and push the issue once again, but now his comrade's been taken out. Mind Freak finds the kill on the Jogamo. And that is going to be 7-5 at the half. Paper Rex out in front.
And this is another one of these rounds that kind of got Paper Rex going in the beginning, where they just start pushing deep into EG space. And it's going to be Jing this time. He's so fast, so furious, even though this is just an absolutely brilliant shot from Demon 1. You know, Jing's an absolute menace. And look at this, he blast packs into this because he isn't quite expecting Ethan to be there. Doesn't care. He's got the best recoveries from blast packs in the game, period. It is Jing, he is him, he is raised. Unbelievable.
He absolutely is, but guys, we're going to go ahead and hand this over to GB in the desk for the half.
Appreciate that, fellas. What a way to start off our time here at the Kia Forum. What do you guys think about that one? That was actually pretty solid, right? Unreal stuff. 7-5, Paper X is up, but you know, this definitely illustrates this first half, the styles, the contrasting styles that we're seeing between these two teams.
Yeah, for Paper X, they're a team defined by having like a little idea, a util combo they can use, and then mid-rounding off of that. In this pistol round, it's this split idea they have, where they're throwing out the cove to scale through main, and they're double satcheling up to flank around, but then they go from that, and this is where the Jazz component comes in, where they're like, okay, we have an advantage, we've gotten a couple players down, and they just decide to do a full pinch into the spawn side.
I mean, look at where Jing gets 2 of those kills. He's in there, yeah, he's all the way in there, and you're not expecting that level of aggression, or at least normally you aren't, but that's the Paper X flavor.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that the Cove caused major problems for EG at the start. They weren't getting good value out of their Sova or Flash utility, and they ended up having to take a step backwards and just give those areas to Paper X.
And on the other hand, for EG, the rounds they were winning were around these preset plays that they're so good at. Their first round was with Calm, with the ultimate tournament coming in to save that one with these util combos. And it seems like so much of this half for EG has been defined by heroics, and Calm has continued to be the guy who's delivering that.
I mean, he's a cold criminal, man. I think we were at one point, they had won 4 rounds. 3 of them had been clutches by him. Right? He continued to find himself in these outrageous situations, but Calm is having an unreal map right now.
At the same time, Demon One wasn't able to find those opportunities, particularly to pick apart where Paper Rex were playing, because they were playing in such a big group together. And something, there are no nerves showing there whatsoever. He's immediately coming out entering.
Oh yeah, both teams are definitely bringing it here. We'll see how this all falls apart as we go into our next half.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for breaking down that first half of the action. In front now, Paper Rex, 7-5, but very hard fought to get them to that point. EG still fighting tooth and nail to keep themselves in this map.
Yeah, this has been, especially on the back of Calm and Boostio, really impressive stuff from EG. With all this pressure that they're facing, to be able to punch back against Paper Rex. Now over to their attacker side. Last time, they went for a B hit. It was a really fast kind of combo execute. And a flash over is going to confirm Paper Rex kind of playing back. They're expecting these, again, these combos from EG are really, really impressive. The last time they did like an owl drone to clear space, a flash over the top to set up Demon One to dive deep into B, and you can see it's a complete dump and Paper Rex is avoiding it.
Oh, but the pink shell's out from Jing, somehow finding Ethan up on top of Jen is Demon One, but he's trying to clear the Leer and something takes advantage of it. Trade backs coming through as the buy, as well as Mind Freak, both going to be taken down. But the HP bars right now here on the side of EG, not looking healthy. And everything just gets ground to a halt. Turret confirming one, just spotting something there for a brief little moment. But for the side of Paper Rex, they can leave that standing. Don't have to worry about it. Now you can see just backing away.
They know. They've read it.
All the way back to the spawn. Looks like they want to play this one out as slowly as humanly possible, just in case it's going to be that mid pinch as well. Ball comes up from Forsaken, but all 3 members from the side of Paper Rex still going to be staying corralled over towards A widely. So
30 seconds
this is looking
left.
like it's going to end up coming down to a 3v3 retake, and with entrenched positions, EG could certainly win this out.
Yeah, and now that high tide going to be on a bit of a cooldown. See if it comes back in time. Calm's going to grab an orb, and now you can see them shifting over. Otherwise, not much util, just a cove for Forsaken. Calm pushing angles.
Looking for the timing, and he's going to be able to get them both. Grabs another gun. A triple kill here for Calm. Something, everything to do, but no dismisses, no Leers, no Devours left to try to make it happen. So it's 68 HP. To try to win out this round. Knows that one's around the backside, but Calm is playing quite far out.
He's a shock dart. He's just waiting.
Not even within B main at the moment. Swing in the corner at the time, running low. Something has to turn his sights back over towards this spike. The turret as well set up to play contact. See what the call is going to be. Maybe just stay tucked, try to get some exit frags, try to get himself up towards that Empress, and then widely just go down to the spike if possible. He's waiting, and it looks like EG still also very happy to sacrifice themselves. They will do just that. Do not want to give him the chance at building up that ult. Pistol round goes the way of EG. Now, once again, 1 round away from tying us up.
Yeah, and it's a good early read here from Paper Rex, expecting this util dump onto the A site. When you can see that they're using Fragment, the Nano Swarm, the Owl Drone, the Flashes to clear space for Demon One to try to rush in. But, you know, Jing able to find that Fragment kill onto Ethan early, kind of slow things down, but EG with a good rotation. And it looked like maybe Paper Rex was going to read it there for a moment, but they kind of double down back towards the A site. And they get caught in rotation by yet another beautiful lurk from Calm. This guy has been so brilliant on those moments. A little bit of spray here, and Ethan is going to find Forsaken.
A little bit of spraying. One little kill coming across. Yeah, Forsaken taken out. Jing getting dinged up just a bit.
Cover going out.
Trying desperately to get that ult orb online. Wants to be able to have that showstopper. Something playing up close. Spots one. Can't quite line him up, though. Shot goes into Jogamo's shoulder. He stands tall. 3 players left.
I have the spike.
Dart up towards heaven. The grab on the orb. Calm saying, hey, you know what? If I grab this, if I get that plant, I'm just going to be 1 away. Once they have that Hunter's Fury, as we've seen how impactful they can be. Jogamo down to 7, but covering fire from Boostio comes up with yet another kill. That's all on Mind Freak. He'll come away with 1, denying the flawless, but Calm, well, he's looking for that Hunter's Fury, and with this spike plant, he will have it as we are tied up 7-7.
what is that, 4 or 5 util kills for Com so far? I mean, you got 2 on a Hunter's Fury. I know he's got at least 2 shock darts that I can think of.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely just brilliant. 20 and 7 right now. Just having an incredible map. Absolutely stunning and stellar performance all throughout this event for Com. He has just been, he does so much for this team. Whether it just be the util usage, that's probably one of the flashier points of it, but he's so good at lurking. He's so good at hitting the flanks as well. You know, when you see him on Fracture in particular, he does a great job with it. Jing gonna be checking in on Boostio's little jiggle peek there. Immediately, Knife comes out to check. Are there any other reinforcements there for Jing? He's just alone right now. Something has tucked himself into Wine, but I think Giacomo somewhat keen to it. They're gonna smoke Jing off and try to go for a push through tree.
Recon does not connect. Hunter's Fury going to be opened up, tries to check into Wine. Something pushes for the second shot, however, will find him, takes him down. Timing swing from Jing, however, gets in on top of Ethan. The Demon 1 finds the kills. A 2-for-1 trade up here from the side of Paper Rex as Boostio, very deep lurk, rotating all the way around through spawn. Forsaken seemingly reading this, however, checks for it, finds him, gets the punish. Now the push up into the smoke. Jing on for 3, jumps bouncing out of the smoke. Com will greet him with a bulldog. They cannot find that elimination. Com will put another one up for them, but it's Paper Rex now 8-7, once again reestablishing a lead.
Just one of those Jing moments right there where he's just gonna blast pack through smokes. I was actually talking to Loud's coach Broad, and he was saying that was something that gave them some problems, was Jing just kind of blast packing at these unexpected times. And Jing is happy to die. He's happy to build up those ult or charges or get the kill, you know, one way or another. If he dies or if he doesn't, he's still going to get that ult orb. And that's a key part of Jing's game, is fearlessness. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to be the guy kind of building that momentum with his ult utility for Paper Rex.
Right, out to try to check in towards mid. Com already going to be tucked up. Right into the corner. Something playing on bench. Drone up over the top. Spots him. That's going to be the reveal. That is a spammable position. So Cove now coming through. Forsaken just trying to make this unassailable, trying to keep something protected. Backs away right as the shock dart comes through. Avoids that damage.
And this is that Reyna Harbor combo that's so good, but Boostio, oh, nice shot.
Finds Forsaken pushing out of market. Takes him down. Close angle, showstopper into the corner. Jing's going to be able to find that elimination, but down to 11. And with the Vi on the opposite side of the map, won't be able to receive any healing, at least not so soon. 0 point across from Ethan, maybe trying to still sell that this could end up being a B hit. And it seems to be working because you see the drift across. Something as well as Divine making their way back through the defending spawn, at least can offer up that healing so that he can continue to try to hold here at B. In the meantime, the sight hit getting ready to come through on the side of A, and that healing doesn't do much good. Ethan still swinging the corner, manages to find Jing. Man advantage now here from the side of EG as the plank gets ready to come through, and Demon 1. ADS in, finds 1. Something receiving the overhealing, the double swing, the double face. It looked like they were going to line up for a brief little moment, but they still come away with that kill, and now it's all on Devi.
The way that EG worked the map in this round, so brilliant, completely befuddled Paper Rex. Little does Devi know. On the other side of that door. Oh, he's going to get caught by the knife.
Tagged.
Yeah.
And with that, says any chance that Heroics might just have to be abandoned. He will rotate away. EG, they're going to be taking this round. They're going to be tying us up now at 8-8 once again.
And it's the util from Ethan that sells the fake, so he can get over to the other side. You know, Mind Freak even just kind of trying to figure out exactly if he should stay planted or shift back over towards B. Because of that heavy investment, you know, everything that Ethan had, the flashes, the fragment, the knife, invested to really sell that. And not only does he sell it, he gets a kill on a Jing. So that is a ton of value found for Ethan in that round. It has been a bit of a shaky one for him in terms of the scoreboard, but that round right there, he wins that for EG. And that is something that won't show up in the stat board.
Yeah, we haven't seen him necessarily popping off in some of the ways that we have seen from Ethan, but still comes down here the most assists on his team at the moment, the most assists in the lobby, so that util placement has still been quite strong for him.
He's always
just going to keep getting better as each round goes in, but now 8-8. There he's dropping once again. Flash out, looking for the push forward, just clear out on the turret at least. And everybody just going to be backing away.
Yeah, just kind of Paper Rex seeing if they can maybe catch EG getting a little bit aggressive towards B main, but EG wise to it. And they're just sitting around the corner, and High Tide going to be used here. Forsaken loves to play off his own utility as a Harbor. He plays very differently than a lot of Harbors because of that duelist nature inside of him. He's very happy Oh, he didn't see it.
Reading it, but he should have heard the drop down, and now, yep, certainly knows. Jogamo able to get away with his life. Doesn't take any damage either. Things coming down, wall goes up to try to cut off. B-main again, Forsaken just checking on the corner, seeing if anyone's gonna come pushing forward. Drone over the top, gets the tag. Jing revealed back at market. Something looks to try to hold that mid access, stop them from getting over towards benches. As we can see, 5 members now stacked up here from the side of EG. B is going to be where this spike ends up going. Wall again going to be raised. Busio gets in ahead of this. Before getting slowed, and there's no one to try to swing off this. Trying to watch this angle.
30 seconds left.
Forsaken just has to respect it. Smoke out on the mid, and actually this could end up being an A pivot. The push comes in, Busio just inching forward, still trying to sell this as being a B hit. And now it is going to be. They actually pivot back. They're running out of time, however, 17 seconds remaining. The double stack, a little bit of a high-low setup. Busio, the first, the ball swing onto the corner. Forsaken's going to be taken out. Now Divide gone. 10 seconds remaining. They can get themselves into the site. They can get this plant down. And something is going to get caught on the rotation. Jogamo lurking forward, finds the kill. Stinger in hand. Mindfreak able to find one. Jing takes out Demon 1. Continues to play forward here into the site. Ethan falling low, sprays him down through the box, and now it's just Calm once again. In this 1v2 situation, the shock dart's available, the spike being held. Mindfreak just keeping him interested, but the defuse has already come through. He'll take out Jing. He's looking for Mindfreak. Can he get him? The answer is going to be yes. But it's not the round win that they were looking for. Paper X again move up by 1.
Unbelievable the state of affairs here. Jing just pushing space, and Calm kind of caught in an awkward spot between Mindfreak and the spike. I mean, he just can't do anything. He can't use those shock darts because Mindfreak will punish it. So he has to try to bait Mindfreak out, and Mindfreak with some great discipline there to not give up that space, to not give up that kill. And as great as Calm has been in these clutches, this time around, Paper Rex is going to get the better of him, and another hit here, a big util combo. Yeah, they're going for it.
That's 4 players. Demon 1 forced to try to go ahead and exit. Busio flushed out the paint shells right over top of his head. Now Mindfreak with a pinch in over towards short. Finds that kill. Snakebite down to try to slow up the remaining players. They are able to get themselves successfully into the A site. But now they're going to be completely surrounded. A 5v3. This would be a monstrous defense of the spike here from the side of EG if they could pull it off, but that is a fantastic start. Talking about looking forward now, going to be caught with util in hand. Something strikes him down. The kill found, no command rolling.
Now you got the flank from Forsaken too.
The flash in, Demai able to find Calm. Ethan all on his lonesome will get taken out. Paper X will get themselves up to double digits. 10 rounds now locked in.
Yeah, and this is just a Paper X special here, just comboing their utility to clear the front of the site and then trap a player right behind that market. Unbelievable stuff. Just that aggression from Paper X, you know, this is something that, you know, we heard Potter talk about was they were going to be expecting. They were going to try to fight back against the W key gaming, but I don't know how much you can W key against these guys, because once, you know, every key on their keyboard is actually W. Like, there is no other key on this keyboard for this team sometimes. And once they get rolling on it, it is a very difficult object to stop. Mindfreak's got the pit. Let's see if he's going to pop it here on A main. Well, with that toxic screen there, looks like he's more just looking to play kind of space there. Knife to check. Big push through mid here for Paper Rex. But it's been noted.
Oh, spotting the head. Spot each other. Again, TP from Jogmal, this time up into the site. Hunter's Fury across, even one of the knives out. Will find Jing for the first kill. Hunter's Fury still hunting, still looking for something, but this time won't be able to get the tag. Straight back, Mindfreak. Run across, but manages to find Ethan. And Demon 1's 10 to the fragment!
Oh no,
for the first time, it seems like a disjointedness here. The side of the util usage from EG gets caught up and it was tagged up. Ends up going down. Divide going to be traded. Jogamo and Calm still standing. Jogamo relatively healthy as the shock darts come in. Looks like he spots a pixel. Jogamo now brings this into a somewhat winnable position if Calm can try to clutch it out. The recon dart available. They spot him. They know he's on the cross. Rotates over, but the spike is stranded. There's just nothing more that he could do. The plant was never able to come in.
He's still got some time. I mean, he could try to really make a long wrap here. See if he can catch Paper X off guard, because this crossfire that they've set up is going to, if he goes up into heaven, this is going to open him up for an opportunity. He's still got that recon dart too.
They're not looking for this. They are not expecting this. Calm, can he do it once again? Something, it's going to be the freebie, but he's going to play this out patiently. He wants to spot them both. Can he make the transition? Yes, he can! Calm! Never backs down, never surrenders, and continues to deliver!
He's just brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. Calm reads the situation perfectly, isolates, identifies, and knocks him down. Just unbelievable what he's doing here for EG today.
One of the wildest Red Bull clutches that we've seen in this tournament, and maybe it won't be surpassed. What a patient play. Sets it up, gets the transfer, gets the pop-up, the crowd goes wild, and Calm absolutely deserves all of it. Once again, a single round separating.
And now it's kind of a funky buy for both teams. You can see a judge for something, Stinger, Guardian for Ethan and Boostio, respectively. But now that lockdown in play, still some counter utility, showstopper reckoning for Paper Rex to try to push that lockdown space potentially. No, Jing usually just likes to look for those picks with this, but let's see if he's going to be ready for Ethan. Saw the elbow.
The jiggle peaks get interrupted. Calm standing by, ready to send the drone. Now going to be backing away from this position. Giacomo smoking things all big on. Something comes leaping around the corner, and Boostio's able to stabilize, gets that headshot through, and now Calm finds Jing. Two-man advantage. 45 seconds left to go. Everybody ready to be stacked up here over at the B site. Forsaken all on his lonesome. Does have that reckoning to try to slow things up. You see Divine looking to go ahead, rotate over, and try and reinforce this position. That lockdown could also come into play. There it is. Forsaken not committing. Is he just going to try to swing around the side of the poison orb? He does, finds one, but that's as good as it's going to get. Calm stops him from doing any more damage.
Oh, Demon 1.
Divine out in the back. Boostio somehow getting away from that one despite having 5 HP. And Defy is the one who receives the recon dart, so he cannot get away from it. He cannot clear it. And Demon 1 is quick on the punish. Mind Freak now just having to save. The pit dropped. He's absolutely cashless. You can see the economy right now for Paper Rex is completely shattered. EG will tie things up at 10-10. They might just be able to steal this away after that Red Bull clutch. They are the ones in the driver's seat.
And this is such a huge pivot round for EG because of the economy, because of what you're talking about. Both teams were on weird buys, which means they're dipping deep into their pockets to try to make these buys go. And it's going to be Paper Rex next round scrambling, probably grabbing Sheriffs, something cheap. You know, and we still haven't seen that op be able to find its way into something's hands on this Reyna because it's been so back and forth, because neither team can really build a large enough bank account to invest in it. And it's going to be 10-10. We are all tied up, and EG, as amazing as Paper Rex has been at times, Calm and EG have been even better. And certainly it is time for a Paper Rex timeout. 28 kills right now for Calm, Achilleos.
28, 9, and 6. The guy has just been absolutely popping off. Ready to drop 30. And we're still at least 3 rounds away from the end of this map, if not more, given the way that things have gone. Who knows, this could just very well end up going to overtime, but this is a round, these are 2 rounds now that Paper Rex very much need to try and recover from, and that is why we see Alex pumping the brakes. I'm sure he's got some words for them, saying, okay, maybe a little too much WK.
No, no such thing. How dare you? I think they just need to be a little bit careful at the beginning of these rounds. Make sure you're not kind of giving over free picks like Jing early. You know, that's the showstopper gone. That's a huge piece of that round. That's kind of caught out where Jing's just trying to peek an angle, and it's read nicely by EG. So if you're going to WK, I want to see the full force of the WK gaming. I want to see a collective effort. Otherwise, just, you know, play a little bit safe, kind of make sure you're trying to keep track of EG's movements. I mean, one thing EG does have in this compositional difference between these two is the information advantage, you know, with that Sova there. So that gives them the ability to read and work the map a little bit. Yeah, Paper Rex, you know, with that Harbor has arguably a better way to kind of cut the map into their own sort of private property. But beyond that, EG can work the map a little bit more, and we're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing them kind of go back and forth, keeping Paper Rex off balance with these rotations, and often Paper Rex guesses wrong because they can't get that information.
I mean, look at this read here on the expected aggression out of B. You have the turret set up to play contact. Ethan just waiting to see if it comes through so he can send that flash. This time looks like it may not be found, but Forsaken's still thinking about creeping forward.
And now it's
very well get punished for this.
Look at this mind freeing tucked into Wine here, trying to play it off of contact for Jing.
That drone could go deep enough, so Pain Shell sent out there to try to make him cancel, and as Jing continues to swing forward, Jogamo takes him down. Seems like they're very suspicious of this, so the darts gonna be used, gets the reveal. Now Mind Freak in a bit of a rough position. How do you get him out of here? How do you bail him out? Well, it's gonna be a double phase out into main to try to keep him protected, but he's actually standing his ground. Swing onto the corner, Calm gonna be taken out. Mind Freak finding a kill, and that can be a weapon recovered here.
That's a huge win for Paper X. If Forsaken could find one with that Sheriff, and he almost does, Paper X might be able to turn this round on its head.
Lucio down to 38. The Reckoning now going to be committed in just to try to slow up this advance, allow for the rotations to come in. Flash onto the corner. Demon 1 going to be full flashed. Stuck now at the switch continuously. He's getting stunned up. The Seeker's now chasing forward. Ball gets raised and kind of denies vision away from Devi, and something now going to get punished as Jogamo finds that kill coming through in mid.
30 seconds left.
Very collected forward. Fragment to try to clear out. Back steps. Jogamo pushing on that angle. The swing in. Devi going to be good for one. Can't get the other. Forsaken finds Jogamo, but now Demon 1 in the sight. Ethan as well.
No utility to work with for Mind Freak. Just this Phantom.
No bites to try to clear it out. It's a bit of a high-low. Finds the first one, and he spotted Ethan's head. Looks to stabilize the aim, but Ethan comes away with the kill. 11 HP, the difference. And that must be the lucky number, because that's EG getting to 11 rounds and once again taking a very slight lead here for themselves.
Oh, Mind Freak, so close. And really a good round here from Paper Rex. Again, bailing out Mind Freak to at least give him the ability in the early round to have the potential to get this clutch. So it is a thrifty for Paper Rex, but push EG to the limit. And now a so important buy round here is if you lose this one, EG's on 12. They're on map point. Here goes Jing.
Out the rip, goes for it. Lucio again, going to be starting off the round with low HP, but he's still alive. And he's still going to be holding back, lingering, looking to try to catch somebody off on that flank. Flash connects there onto the drone. Forsaken somehow putting up his best Locky impersonation. Drops down by Demon 1, but the answer back from the side of EG is far too swift. Forsaken and Devi, both now going to be gone. Swing out here on the Heaven. Mind Freak trying to line up Ethan's head, but once again, he can't get it done, and Ethan is online. 3 kills for him in the round so far. Something breaks down the door. Alir, the Devours, 4 bullets in the Vandal. And a smoke to push him off the angle. He rotates up, but now he's going to be suppressed, and certainly he has to wait that one out. He cannot try to take this fight without being able to have the dismiss online.
They're deep. Fake the Heaven push. Is something going to be able to deal with this crossfire?
He's got that one Lear. Faces in. He can't get Jogamo. Together they will come up with the kill, and EG will move up now 12-10. Map point in their hands.
And you can see sometimes Paper Rex just sticks around a little bit too long trying to take these fights. I mean, the up and over here from Mind Freak, he's out in the open for so long trying to win this battle against Ethan behind Dice. And that allows more players from EG to come in and help finish the job. And yeah, Alex, certainly reason to be frustrated with how well this started. But 4 in a row now for Evil Geniuses puts them on to map point, and they're looking to break it open onto B.
And look at the ults they were able to build up in that last round. Paranoia across, managing to catch on the 3. Forsaken continues to take the challenge, continues to swing the corners, finds one. Hunter's Fury opened up, looking for the tag. Jing narrowly avoiding it. Forsaken flushed out. Swing back in, Jing finding one, but look at Jogamo around the back. Gets taken out of the TP, though, canceled early. And something is able to find that kill, but the rest is going to be coming through. And that's still going to be now a 2v3.
Oh, Mind Freak. He's going to try to contest this.
He's holding back. Something also here, but they're not ready for him. They do not predict this. Mind Freak able to gun down 2, and suddenly we're in a 1-for-1. Ethan, he's been strong so far. Util in hand. He gets the headshot. Ethan with the 3K takes it across the line. A slow start for him, but an explosive finish to get EG their map 1 win.
How does he win that? The util was out. Something around the corner. And just barely Ethan's able to stabilize it. But really, the highlight of that map for me is Calm. He was just godlike on that map. So many clutches for EG.
He might not have hit 30 kills, but by God, did he still absolutely decimate An unbelievable performance with him. 28, 12, and 6 at the end. But man, what a map one. We have a second one coming up at the very least. But first, we're going to go to a quick little break and have the analysts break down the action.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With Aim Labs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With Aim Labs' new one-to-one Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly modify existing tasks with Discovery. Get started today by downloading the Aim Labs for free and join millions of other satisfied players.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.